are back again, part 2 of the 10 Worlds with Jane, June, whatever the girl name is. I done gave her 2 names in the last video, but it's all good, alright? So, where we left off, she was in hell. She doing bad, real bad. She wallowing in self-pity, she's smoking dope, blowing bleezies. The fundamental darkness has completely taken over her mind. She has no will to do anything. She's totally depressed. She's doing really bad. So it has been about 10 months or so since anyone in SGI has even heard of Jane. No phone calls returned, no phone calls answered, nothing like that. Okay, so all of a sudden a district leader by the name of Rose decides that she's tired of calling Jane, tired of texting. She's going to take matters into her own hands and see what's going on with Miss June Jane. Okay, soon as Miss June Jane answers the door, sees Rose, she starts crying. Rose, I don't know how I got here. I can't find the motivation to chant. I just don't have motivation to do anything. All I'm doing is sitting in here. I don't know what to do. I'm the worst I've ever been, you know, and it really just gets bad. Okay? By the way, if you don't have any idea what I'm talking about, check out the video before this one. It's uploading on YouTube now. I'm not even sure what the name of the video is. Jane and the 10 Worlds Part 1. Okay, make sure you go and check that out because you're not going to know how Jane got here until you know. Okay, so we have, I'm going to read this before I go further. The next two states of mind, learning and realization, you know, come about when we recognize that everything experienced in the 6 paths is impermanent, and we begin to seek some lasting truth. These 2 states plus the next 2, Bodhisattva and the Buddhahood, are together called the 4 Noble Worlds. Unlike the 6 paths, which are passive reactions to the environment, these 4 higher states are achieved through deliberate effort. Let me just say something real quick before I get into the story of June Jane. Happiness, just like anything else that you want in life, is a fight. You gotta fight for happiness. It's been many times. I've been in front of that Gohan Zone in tears, struggling. Every Namyo Renge Kyo was a struggle. It's been times where I don't even want to open up the Gohan Zone and face myself because it's like, woo, I gotta be real with me. And that's when we're really getting into it. So, June Jane's pouring her heart out. Immediately, Rose gets her back reconnected with some YWD, gets her to FNCC, gets her to some Buddhist meetings, connects her to this cool group. So you want to know about Namyo Renge Kyo? By someone who's really cool, who created that. I host that girl. Alright. So, yes. So now she's getting reconnected. She's getting into learning. In this state, we seek the truth through the teachings or experience of others. So she's going and she's connected with some other members and she's listening to their experiences and seeing some similarities. Wow, I had no idea you could relate to me. I thought I was alone. I was ashamed of what I had gone through and I didn't know I could reach out. Don't do that. I made that mistake as well. You know, not wanting to reach out to my members from feeling ashamed, feeling like I'm the only one who had ever been through what I've been through. Why do we do that? We love to seclude ourselves. No. June Jane's story is a lot of our stories. Hell, she's my story. Honestly, if you want to know who really June Jane is, it's me. I've been there. Okay? So, and a lot of people have. You know, so I just want you to know that, you know, when you reconnect, you're getting to learning. You're like, okay, wow, listening. I'm starting to kind of get some clarity here. Okay? So you go into, take the next step further into the next world, which is realization. This state is similar to you know, learning, except for we seek the truth, and not only through others' teachings, but through our own direct perception of the world. So this is when some serious self-reflection comes into play. It's like, okay, wow, I'm actually going to be able to track this. Okay, wow, and now I'm June Jane now. Wow, okay, I got myself into this because I didn't, how did I fall so hard? How did I get here? Well, I didn't love myself. Well, why didn't I love me? Why was I just selling for anything? Why did I keep attracting these guys who don't care about me? Oh, wow, well, maybe it's because I had internalized a lot of pain from my childhood, or maybe it's because my dad or mom wasn't there, or maybe it's because this is the only thing I've seen of, you know, you really start to dig deep, you know, is what I'm getting into. You start to listen and you start to read, you start to study, you start to chant more, you start to get more clarity, you start to be more real with yourself, you start to kind of unwrap the layers, so to speak, on what got you there. That's very important to do. Hard to do, but very important. You know, because you have to be real with you. And that's what makes Buddhism hard sometimes. Because sometimes we don't want to be real with ourselves. We want to just blame all the a-holes that we were in relationships with. But ladies and gentlemen, who attracted the a-holes? It's a common denominator. The common denominator is us. We have to change. And it's a hard pill to swallow. But once you swallow, you'll find yourself in the Four Noble Worlds. Okay? So, that was good. Wasn't that good, huh? I know. Alright, so, I want to read this because it's really key. You know, realization and learning are together called the two vehicles. Having realized the impermanence, of these things, people in these states have won a measure of independence and are no longer prisoners to their own reactions, as in the six paths. Okay. However, they often tend to be contemptuous of people in the six paths who have not yet reached this understanding. In addition, their search for truth is primarily self-oriented. Okay. So there's great potential for egotism in these two states, and they may become satisfied with their progress without discovering the highest potential of life that are in the 9th and 10th worlds. Okay, so let me kind of break that down. Basically, I'm learning these things about myself. I'm like, oh my God, it's a whole new world. It's like I have on a new pair of glasses. I'm seeing myself clearly now. Oh wow, I'm feeling like, oh my God, I can't believe I caused this, but at the same time, I'm feeling empowered. You know, I'm no longer a victim. I'm like, okay, I'm kind of getting my feet back on the ground now. However, I'm not really interested in helping other people. People are suffering like I was, but I'm so self-absorbed in getting my stuff together that I'm not really focused on people around me who are suffering. I'm all really into me and getting me together. Okay? It's very important to focus on you. However, we cannot reach enlightenment by ignoring the sufferings of others. Cannot get that way. You have to reach out and help. Okay? So, that's where Jane is right now. She's like, I'm getting me together. I'll deal with everybody else later. I can't right now. Forget everybody else. Me. Okay? So, we have the 9th world. This is Bodhisattva. You hear that word a lot. Bodhisattvas are those who aspire to achieve enlightenment and at the same time are equally determined to enable all other beings to do the same. Conscious of the bonds that link us to all others. In this state, we realize that any happiness we alone enjoy is incomplete. That's key, y'all. We devote ourselves to alleviating others' suffering. In this state, we find their greatest satisfaction in altruistic behavior. That's powerful. So now Jane is like, oh, okay. I see now that I've come a long way. Pat myself on the back. However, I must take it that step further and help people reach enlightenment. So now she's seeing her brother, sister. She's now seeing her mother has suffered from the same things. Now she has this same wisdom. She can use it to help her. Use her to inspire. You know, a lot of times, I will go ahead and be transparent and share something else that's very personal that has actually happened to me. I was very judgmental at one point. I had all these opinions on how people should be, on what people should do in situations that I had never been in. So, example. I thought people who were dealing, with men or women who pick the other man and the other woman. If you're the other woman, you're stupid, you're dumb, you this, you that. However, I had never really been in that situation. So how is it that I had all the answers to what to do? So, give me a couple of years. I ended up dating, actually being romantically involved with a married man. I did. And I realized it ain't as easy as it seemed. Things ain't always black and white. That situation, I ended up in some pain. And now I can use that. I was like, oh, I got me here. Realization. Now I can relate to so many more people instead of being judgmental. That's very powerful. When we can use our experiences to help others. All right. One more world left. The states from hell to Bodhisattva are collectively termed the 9 worlds. Okay? That's all the 9 worlds that we just covered. This expression is often used in contrast to the 10th world, which is the enlightened state of Buddhahood. Let me explain what Buddhahood is. Buddhahood is, Buddhahood is the dynamic state that is difficult to describe. We can partially describe it as a state of perfect freedom in which we are enlightened to the ultimate truth of life. It is characterized by infinite compassion and boundless wisdom. In this state, we can resolve harmoniously what appears from the standpoint of the 9 worlds to be insoluble contradictions. As a Buddhist, as Buddhist Sutra describes, the attributes of a Buddha's life is a true self, perfect freedom from karmatic bonds throughout eternity, a life of purified illusion and absolute happiness. Also, the state of Buddhahood is physically expressed in the Bodhisattva way or actions of a Bodhisattva. Buddhahood is the enlightenment. You have really reached a state of totally indestructible happiness. It's a beautiful feeling. However, you don't just get there and stop and chill. You know, it's definitely a constant effort, and you know you've reached Buddhahood when you're in a wonderful place and you're actually, you know, duplicating that in other people. So that's what Jane does. So Jane, she becomes a Bodhisattva. She actually starts to participate in her district. She even gets to be the chapter leader. You know, all she's been through, she's connecting with all of these YWD. She's inspiring so many people. She's making YouTube videos, and everything is all wonderful for Miss Jane. Okay, and she's in this wonderful place. Now, I hope that this has helped somebody out there. I really, really, really do. Actually, if I have some books here, I actually bought some, and even though I know a lot of you can go to a store, I just really feel giving right now. So I guess the first 3 people that inbox me their address, I'll send you the book. How about that? That'll be something I'll do just for watching my videos. Even though you can go get it yourself. You just want me to autograph it because I'm a celebrity. I'm just joking. I'm not a celebrity. But whatever I can do to help. Okay. Any questions? Please join the group. Go on Facebook and join. So you want to know about Nam-myoho Renge Kyo. Or so you want to know. It'll pop up. It's a private group. We'll add you. Thank you so much, Mia. It's like we've been at this for a while. We've had to redo it a couple of times, and it's all been worth it. We're actually just made the commitment tonight to do weekly videos. Please, any questions, anything like that, inbox me suggestions on what you think the next video should be about. Please forward this to any of your friends, and if you're, you know, I just love y'all. I ain't got nothing else to say. Won't hold you anymore. Peace out. Remember, it's SGI, bow, give me God 18. Love you all.